don't matter, but like, no, for real.
So you talk.
Okay, but no, for
My thing
real.
is when they said she walked out like nothing was wrong.
But listen, I would just think for real though that like, I don't know. I don't think like I would wait. If I knew, like, with the loudness to me, if I knew.
Nah, after that, you really got it. Especially going crazy.
You gotta
like,
walk out with your head held high.
Like, yeah. Like, after we just did
you
that.
You gotta walk out like, yeah, that was me.
Because I know that's how he walked out.
Like,
that's definitely how he walked out.
That's a real
shame
right there.
That's
you gotta walk
crazy
past
night.
everybody to get out of 7.
All right, so welcome back to the Hideout Podcast. This is the hottest podcast on the planet. I know that I have been away from you all for a long time. I think I say this a lot, but I am trying to get more consistent this year in posting and in doing sessions and episodes. So bear with me. It's been, I feel like from November to now, I feel like it's been like a transitional period for me though, like a real whole entire like change and like rebrand. So like, I guess for me, my question to you all, like it's March now. What are some goals that you all have been sticking to for this year, or like some plans that you have for this year that you really want to do, that things that you're setting for yourself? And like, how has that been working out? What have you been planning? What have you been working on? I mean, yeah, I just want to open the floor to see, some of the things that you all have been doing. Because I know for me, like since November to now, like when I say even like, not even just like material items, I feel like even like the internal work. I feel like I've been doing a lot of internal growth. From last year, the end of last year to now. So it's just like, yeah, it kind of like was like, serious transition where I feel like it made me stop what I was doing and the things that I was doing and like some of the things that I was trying to do and really like examine myself and really just get into myself to see like, okay, like, all right, I would say for me, I recorded like a couple of episodes and really like they're okay to me when it came to like numbers and views and different things like that. But it was just like, okay, when it came to like things that I really thought that I was ready for, like actually being ready for that moment, like I feel like sometimes you want something, but but when it really arrives, like, or when you really like get to that moment, it's like, or were you really ready for that? Like,
What to do with it.
Basically. And so it was just like, I thought I was ready for it, but like things happened in my life where it was just like, oh, but maybe you're not, like you are ready for the occasion, but at the same time, like there was so much more things that you had to do as far as growth internally to like get me now to this point of back recording, rebranding, like really just changing a lot of different things. So yeah.
So I'm gonna say for me, one thing that has helped me that I stuck to in this new year is just living in the moment. I feel like when you have so much you trying to accomplish and things you want to do, I know for me personally, if all my ducks are not in a row, if I feel like I don't have everything, I just give up on it altogether. Because I feel like I always have to, like, you have to use what you have in that moment. So for me, things that's helped me so far to change is just every day. Like, I don't worry about yesterday. I don't worry about like anything I didn't do. So today is a new day. How am I going to achieve this? If I can't do it today, I do it tomorrow. I try not to stress. Stress is like the number one thing. I feel like if I stress, I don't get it done. Right. So lately, I'm gonna be honest, like since I've been like, I even changed up my prayers. Since I pray more for happiness and laughter, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had no problems. Like I'm not trying to sound like extra religious or nothing, but when people, you ask God to make you, give you strength and all that, you go through so many trials and tribulations that put you in situations to try to be strong. No, now me, I'm praying for happiness, laughter, smiling more. So I feel like in the last 2 months, so many things for me have changed, and just starting with, like she said, the internal work on myself, and I'm just excited to see where I'm going to be in the next 6 months. So I gave myself at least to my birthday in May to have some of my ducks in order. I'm not forcing nothing. I'm I'm just kind of going with the flow
Yeah.
and remaining positive.
I got a question. So if you, by May, your birthday, and none of your ducks are in order, how would you feel?
Like I said, I'm just going with the flow, but I'm also staying on top of myself. So like I feel like when I get to the point where I'm slacking, that's when I just gotta get up. Cause I know I'm one of them type people. Like if I get down, like I just get down.
Right.
So
I think
I try to get myself out of that every day and just be like, all right, come on now, you got to get up and you got to do something different. Even if it's just something small, like people underestimate just getting up, brushing your teeth, and making your bed.
It makes you feel better.
Sunlight.
Sometimes
It
that
makes you
daily
just
routine.
feel better. Just overall.
But I think also with like when you're trying to better yourself or move forward with things, you have to be okay with things not going okay or things not working out. And I think for me now this year, like I'm okay if something doesn't work out.
Endurance, basically.
I'm like it's just like I'm more so like just taking it on. I've always been the type of person like take it on the chin and keep it like pushing. But now I'm really sitting back and realizing like, well, why didn't this work out? Like she said,
Yeah.
the moment came, but she felt like she wasn't ready. So it's just like when things don't work out, I try not to get as discouraged as I would have like last year. I'm also being like I want to strengthen my relationship with God. Like I'm more so spiritual than religious, but
Agreed.
I do want to work on
Yes.
that. Also being more confident in like anything that I do, because I feel like when your confidence is not there, you're not there. That's with anything. And then also just adjusting to me like graduating and me coming into like my degree and being an adult. So it's just like
Congratulations.
thank you. So it's like I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do, because now it's like my mentor broke it down to me. She was like, you know, after you graduate, you don't get no more breaks after this. And when you really think about it, you don't. It's either you jump into your career, you jump into your degree, you jump into whatever, and that's it. You keep on going. Life keeps on going. So I think, and that's another thing I've also been getting to understand, that you know how things happen, you still got to get up and keep on going. Life still goes on. So I feel like understanding that and getting adjusted to that is like something I'm really, really big on.
I think really one of the biggest things you said to me was just still when you're going through those hard times, or like when you're going through those like tests, and when you're going through like the things that like life just throws at you randomly, and like you really just didn't, things come out of nowhere, really building like endurance, or really like recognizing in yourself, like this time last year I probably would have not been able
out,
to
broke down.
you know, even deal with it, because like when you began to realize how much you've grown, and when you really realize that you're really doing real work on yourself, it's like, okay, like this time last year I don't think I could have handled this on my own, or like this time last year I probably would have gave up on this, or like, you know, it's just so many things you do. Like I'll just throw out examples. Like for me, like I'm really a type of work, like I will say I was, because I'm not no more, but I was really a type of person where if things really went wrong, like it really was a distraction, or like it really just distracted me and threw off my game, and like things I probably could have got done like a long time ago, it just was like not happening. But now like it's just like more so of like, I feel like this year we've eased into this year. I feel like, as she said, like I've been allowing myself to just like, you know, like, all right, I'm making baby steps, and those baby steps really turn into like you actually really achieving some of the things that you set out, the goals that you set out for yourself. So it's just like the biggest thing that I had to learn was like you can't do like everything on your own, but you can't do certain things. Like you be trying to achieve the big goals and not do the little stuff. Like you gotta take yes. So like those little things really just end up being like, dang, 2 years went by and now I'm like, you know, I'm almost done with school, or like, you know, like little things. Like it's just really important to set yourself up where you're really structuring, you know, yourself and what you want to do, and actually beginning to like put you first, because a lot of times you can spread yourself so thin in many different avenues that like you like, I'm not even focusing on me, like I'm not even worried about me
Yourself.
So yeah. But anybody else?
I guess I can go. This year has been actually really great for me. I'm in a really great space. I went into this year finishing school as well. So thank you. Unfortunately, Coppin is the only school who doesn't do fall graduations anymore.
Oh, right.
But, you know, we walk in May. But other than that, it's really just been about strengthening my career, you know, really just being able to establish myself in management and corporate, and be able to take those different leaps and be able to grow as a manager. And also really just strengthening my decision making, you know, thinking twice about the decisions I make, you know, being able to think about the future, because sometimes we may, living in a moment is good, and it's good to be able to embrace certain things and to be able to go about your days in a certain way, but something that I feel like our generation really has to do is prepare for the future, really be able to look down the line,
A healthy
be able
balance,
to set yourself
both.
up. It's really important to create that balance, because if you don't, it's like you kind of can just be all over the place. So
Thanks.
this year has really just been about strengthening me, strengthening the people around me, and just growing as a man.
Okay. I actually feel like everybody on the same page though. Like
Yeah.
everybody got these goals for themselves. Like
I don't know, this year for me, I feel like everyone is really like, you know, maybe that's just the energy I have around me or the people that I have around me. I feel like everyone is really focused on really achieving and doing the things that they set out from the beginning of the year. And it's just like, when you have that around you and when you have like-minded people around you, I talk to her all the time when it comes to business. We talk about business all the time. So when it comes to like having business or like like-minded friends or like-minded mentors or like-minded people around you, when you surround yourself with that and everyone is on the same page, it's you have to grow. Like you have to achieve, like you have to thrive. Like you should always try to center yourself with that type of mindset. And also, it's also about, even when you said, both of you said about, you know, not trying to get religious or spiritual, but like even the things that you say to yourself, or even the things that you speak over your day, even how you talk to yourself or how you encounter people around you.
right.
It's about, you know, saying, you know, I pray for God to guard my mind or guard my spirit, you know, because that's important. When you have bad thoughts or you're thinking things can't go well, or you're thinking negative, you have to change your mindset. You have to change your approach to different things in order to do certain things differently. So for me, I feel like around the end of the year, for me, I feel like I went into a period where, you feel me, I knew what I needed to do and I knew how I needed to get there. And also sometimes it's about staying down until like things come around and you set yourself up for that success that you were trying to get to. So now for me, it's like we was on a podcast recently, and I told you, like, you know, moving into a new year or a new chapter of my life, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And sometimes, you know, you say all of these different things, but after a while, it's time for you to put in the work. It's time for you to like really be, you know, productive and show like that you've been doing things to change. So I definitely think, like, for me, I feel like this year is nothing but up. Like, I've been saying I wanted to travel for the longest. And so this year is really about, you know, putting me first and doing the things that I want to do, the things that I've been saying that I wanted to do for a long time. My dad kind of checked me on that the other day, and that's what's so crazy to me, because I was like, you know, I want to travel, I want to do all this stuff. And he was like, you know, you've been saying you wanted to travel for the longest time and all this other stuff, and you, like, go do it. Like, go do it. You don't have nothing holding you back right now. Go do the things that you want to do in your life. And so, like, even little things, I told everybody here today, certain things, like, I know, like, are bad habits towards me, like my timeliness, being late and different things like that. I really try so hard. It's really a bad problem. I really try so hard sometimes to be on time. But, like, one thing for me, when it came to, like I was saying, picking out certain things that you see about yourself and really trying to reflect on that, it was like, okay, this has to get better. You are trying to be more professional. You're trying to really have people take you serious. You want to take yourself serious. Right. So, like, you need to, you know, be more productive in, you know, people's time and your time as well. The things that you're trying to do, and, you know, you just need to figure out ways to, you know, map that out. So, yeah. But, one other thing that I wanted to say was, I feel like maybe I want to get into, like, some icebreakers a little bit for real before we get into the main topic. So this is a question for everybody. So if you were in a relationship and, you know, the relationship wasn't going well, you guys are, like, arguing all the time, you're really going through, you know, like, a hard time or a rocky space, would you cheat on the person that you're with someone else? Or would you, you know, like, leave it alone, you know, come to, like, all right, we decided that we not gonna no longer be together. We gonna split up.
Split up. I don't like to cheat. No.
It truly depends.
I ain't saying anything. I just want to know,
Depends
like,
on all the different aspects of the situation, you know, because it could be so many different ways you can look at it. You could be with somebody for years, like years and years and years, and y'all just may not be on the same page at the moment. And then that's when you have to be able to have a common understanding. Okay, this how I feel. This what I want to do. And it also depends on how you communicate with your partner. You know, depending on whether or not you're speaking on certain things. You know, you may not want to completely just leave your partner, but you may be tired of addressing certain different things. So it depends, but ultimately, you should leave if you feel like you truly want to cheat on somebody. But
I think, like, realistically speaking, of course, everyone's going to say, like, part ways. But I think, like, in the moment, different things happen. So, for the, you know, ideally, it's going to be like, yeah, go your separate ways. But you could be, like, a conversation because you got to think about what is cheating. So, it's like, is it texting? Is it talking? Is it linking?
Everything.
You get what I'm saying? So, it's like you got to define what is cheating because you can go outside, go sit at the bar, meet someone, and then click because you feel like you got all these things going on within your relationship, and you meet someone, you feel like, oh my God, they understand me.
Yeah.
And that can be a form of cheating. So it's just like, I feel like ideally, yes, it's going to be, like, will I walk away? Yeah, ideally, is that something that's going to always happen? I don't think so, just because of, like, how things work.
I think you should work it out. You know, like Darren said, like, it's all about communication with your partner, for real. Like, and I think every relationship, no matter if you, like, in a, you know, intimate relationship, you got a friendship, they all go through these stages of different, you know, they go through stages. So, like, me personally, like, I might, you know, me and my girl might be arguing a lot here, and then a couple months later, we good, you know what I'm saying? We straight. Everything on one accord, we good. So, my philosophy always been work it out before you know, go the separate ways route, because, you know, some stuff can get saved with just a simple conversation. You know, a lot of stuff just misunderstanding. You know, like, a lot of arguments happen through text sometimes. You can misinterpret the text.
The tone.
I don't like to argue through text.
So, the tone. You don't know the tone.
Tone,
I'll
delivery,
become
all
crazy
that.
through text
All
messages.
What?
Real ruthless.
What? And then when you talk to a person, it's cool, right?
Real
it's cool.
quiet,
So,
real calm.
I'm all about working it out before, you know, the end result, for real.
I don't know. I think sometimes people say, you know, they want to work it out, but, like, I kind of agree with you. Like, when it comes down to it, in that moment when you're not really getting the things that you need, sometimes you see all of the things that the person that you're with is no longer doing, or you see all of the things that you want to happen, like, for yourself. So sometimes realistically, you do get caught up in a moment where it's just like, damn, like, but you have to fill it out. Like, you really have to have discernment to see, like, all right, do I really, like, is this really a vibe that I really want to fuck with? Like, what type of situation is this? Like, am I just doing this because, like, all right,
I'm happy.
What's the reasoning behind it? Like, I feel like, you know, just really asking yourself those questions. And, like, honestly, for real, if you really feel like it's not gonna work, then let it go. I really, truly, wholeheartedly agree with that. Sometimes I feel like a lot of times people waste people's time and really just, like, drag it, and it goes on and on and on. And honestly, I'm really not here no more. Like they say, you leave. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, you leave, honestly, emotionally before you leave physically. So it's just like, when certain things are occurring and you, like, you know, like, I'm really not feeling this, but, like, sometimes you stay connected to that person for a while, because y'all used to the attachment of being around each
Being
other.
comfortable. That's the thing.
You know what I'm
Being
saying?
comfortable.
So it's just, yeah. Right.
I don't know, because it could be like, you know, you really comfortable with somebody, and it's like, I may not be getting what I want in these certain aspects that I'm constantly talking about, but I still always had this love for you. And that's where a lot of people end up stuck in relationships where they're unhappy for so long.
Nobody want to start over, y'all.
That's
That's weird.
It's not weird. Starting
not
over is
weird.
not
It's a
weird.
One thing
It's
One
slim
thing about me,
pickings.
I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna start over. I don't care.
I
I start over.
will, but I don't like it. I don't.
I'm gonna
It's
start over
not-
about 10 times.
It ain't a lot out here.
I'm I'm starting
It's
over.
not.
Let me find that out when I
But
start
it's like
over.
it's okay to
Let me find that out when
it's okay to take your time though. Like
Sure.
you don't have to jump into nothing off rip, but like the feeling of when you finally like, oh my God, like I'm that badass energy is off of me. Like,
Yes.
oh my goodness,
Yeah,
it just
oh, yeah, for
feels
sure. Getting
so
Yeah,
So much stuff just
Good.
comes
I'm a
to the
firm
floor.
believer in
Less.
starting over.
I have no problem with starting over.
Starting over.
But I mean
I'm not saying jump out there or whatever, but
Starting over.
time is tick. Next caller.
But see, that's another thing though. That's another thing for me. I feel like for me, I've gotten so content with like being by my like I'm cool with like if it's just me by myself, I'm really cool with that because like until I get what I feel like is the best for me,
Right.
I'm not settling for nothing else. And so it's just like I think that's another thing that I feel like that's like I wanted to ask y'all like what's one thing that y'all feel like is like y'all standing on, like one thing for y'all like when it comes to something that I like it's just what it is. Like this is what it's gonna be. Like that's what it is. Like so, like what is one thing that you feel like when it comes to me? Like this is how I feel. I'm not changing my mind about it.
Mm-hmm.
I stand on that. So like I feel like for me that's one thing that I'm standing on. Like
That's a
For me, I'm not dealing with anything like. If I want to deal with something like I used to deal with, then I can go.
Back.
If it's anything that gives me like radar or flashbacks of what I used to deal with, it's a done bun for me. I'm not moving forward to still deal with the same things that made me move forward in the first place.
you know, I'm sorry. I only one thing that I do believe. I'm gonna want you to. One thing that I do believe is that like, if you remind me of anything in my past or like you know, then like definitely like it's like we should not be doing it at all. Like this is not that. But
And I also think like if you're like, you know, I think it's one thing to be like laid back, but if you're like too nonchalant and too like whatever, we'll never be able to work. We'll never be able to work.
do you like me?
It's one thing to be like laid back, but the whole you're too cool for school type thing. Like I can't
like that either. I do
can't
not
do
like
that.
that. Because you gotta show me like what's up. What's
It's
what
like-
we doing?
Scared nowadays. No offense. No offense. But men be scared to be vulnerable with women nowadays. They scared to show their emotions. Like they've been so hurt in the past,
you know.
so they don't want to show that again.
So
Hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. It's shot o'clock.
25.
Shot
We
o'clock.
ain't-
Shot o'clock.
Talking about that.
I'm fasting, so
yeah. What a show.
Bro, go ahead, sis. What you was saying?
Yeah, like men be scared to be vulnerable with women. That's how you lose a good woman that's in front of you because you're so scared, or you're gonna treat her as if she's a little hoe. Or
they not scared.
I don't think that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how
I
good
don't
men are not scared. Men know exactly how they feel.
Men are so
Go ahead.
their pride is just they're just not going to do it.
I think they're
not-
very.
No, it's not
I think
even
they're
that.
very calculated as well.
Very
I think y'all are
calculated.
very calculated.
Very calculated. Because truly, at this point in our lives, it's really just depends on where you catch a man at in his life.
True.
And
True.
depending on where a man can be at in his life, you're gonna instantly know what he's talking to you for, what he's interested in you for, and what he
Niggas can be
actually-
great talkers. Let me just say that though.
That's
The
right.
gab can definitely be crazy,
I
but that's
Great talkers. Let's just
Going
not.
through this.
That's just not. It could be a facade. Like let's not.
That's why you gotta come into the thing. What's this? Like
No, seriously.
First date?
off the rip.
Honestly,
You off the rip.
What you looking for?
Man knows what
Okay.
he wants when he first meets you. That's
did.
so true.
He did.
I'm honest.
He did. He know.
Are we humping? Are we?
He know,
What we
he
doing
know.
off the- like what we doing off the rip? Like, do you want to? Like, what are we doing? Like, make it. And
I feel like that should be it.
Don't reciprocate the
yeah.
energy.
But some guys can't take that.
And that's why they don't want to
can't.
tell
They
you.
can't.
That's why they don't want to tell you what it's
Yeah.
going to be in the beginning. Because now when I'm on the same type time you're on, now
Tell me
you
what it is and what it
crying.
ain't
No,
gonna
we're
be.
not crying.
Simple.
We no.
You on the same page with everything. It's copacetic. It's
It-
cool.
They
Like,
don't
I
like the
that, though.
stipulations that
When
you
a-
put on it. So if I tell you that we just fucking, but on the days that we not fucking, don't call me. Like
Don't
I'm
like
I'm
that.
out. If you see me out, they see me out on a date with another nigga. They see me on a yacht with another nigga. They got
Hold on.
they want
Wow,
to
baby. I just feel like this. Hold on.
I've never been in a
Let me just say
situation
this.
like
I
that
just feel
before.
like this. No, I just really truly feel like this. I feel like this. If you are not claiming me, like if you are really not saying like, yeah, this is mine. Whatever else I do with someone else, it like that should not matter to you.
Don't blow my spot up. Keep it pig.
Could be.
Don't blow my spot
No,
up.
because
Don't
do that.
If I blow your
Don't do
spot up,
that.
But what if we just established what we was looking for?
If we
What
don't
it
like
is?
competition.
don't blow my. If I don't,
I ain't gonna say competition.
They don't.
So the gift of gab gotta go
But
both
then
ways.
all right, so men don't like competition, but you make a whole bunch of females compete, or like, no, I'm not.
Well, it's a
not.
back and forth thing for real, because that's an uncomfortable situation for everybody for real. I ain't
Keep it
saying
big.
y'all. I ain't saying y'all, but a lot of women, they don't like the, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up, how you?
They don't like us having other. We don't want y'all having other niggas. That's cool. You feel what I'm saying? We like to be the only nigga. We like that security, but women want that security too. It gotta be a.
they don't get that though.
But
Yeah.
never the
Right.
same
Right.
respect that women give to y'all when it comes to y'all
Don't
wanting certain things to be a certain way. I want you to just be exclusive to me. You want all of these responsibilities, but not putting a title on it. So it's just confusing as fuck to me, because all these stipulations to be with you and you for everybody the whole time.
That's why you gotta set the tone.
That's that situation always sticky. That's why I try
But
to
men
avoid
can't
it.
set the tone. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's why
y'all can't walk up to a female and just be like, I want to fuck you. I just want to have a fucking relationship.
Because that don't go. It don't be going for that.
Some girls listen, some women will be with that. If that's what they want, they be with that. That just wasn't your person.
Take it
You
to
made
the
it
bar.
clear. You told them what they
Somebody
want,
say
and that's
that
clear.
first time.
That's what I'm saying. They not
You
gonna
gonna
approach
get
her
up
like that.
and
They gonna
leave.
tell her they want to date.
If a guy says something to me like, yeah, I'm trying to fuck. If I'm trying to fuck, great. If not, no, thank you. It's real.
And
It's
it-
real
that's
simple.
it. That's
Yes,
it.
it's
But
what
because-
They're not even gonna try that. They're gonna try to
gonna
get
try-
to know you.
Get
They're
to
gonna
know me.
waste
Like,
so much time getting to know a female, taking her out.
Don't-
spending hours on the
If a
phone.
nigga take you out, it's always the
Okay, that sounds good though. But listen, I want y'all to say, have y'all ever been in that situation?
yes.
But hold
Yes,
up.
several
How we-
times.
Maybe it's me.
All right.
The fuck is he talking about? Most
Niggas
men
come
don't
up
be
straight,
booking
I
no
wanna
dates,
fuck.
don't want shit, want you to pull up to their house. Bitch, I'm not pulling up the shit.
Don't whisper no sweet nothings in my ear.
Because one thing I learned from an early age,
That
I know
depend on
when
where
we was
you at.
young, we might have been dumb when we was younger. As I got older, I stood on
Set the
so
standard.
much.
Set the fucking standard.
I tell men how it is to the point where they look at me like, I don't care if I hurt your feelings, because I'm gonna let you know.
Because when it come to me, you're not gonna give a fuck when my feelings are hurt.
Pull up, plan a date. Well, she won't see me. It's just a simple
What you
thing. I'm not
doing?
gonna keep playing games.
What you
with
doing?
That's the thing though.
Don't what you doing?
What you doing?
That brings me
What you
back to
doing,
my first
bitch?
point. It depends on where you meet a man at in his
You
life.
trying to see what type time y'all
This is
want.
your six. What you
No,
doing
it
today?
really depends. It depends on where you meet a man at in his life.
I agree with that
What
woman.
he
though. I do.
really is, because it can be like, you know, I may be still in a young phase where I want to be able to talk to multiple women.
Just say that.
Personally,
Say that.
It's more so you may come
Just
across a
say
guy
that.
where it's like,
No, for real,
I'm not
because
into all
one thing
that.
about me, I keep it so, like, the problem that I really keep it so on the same level of the same energy that you giving me. So when I do that, and then when a nigga see me with something else or something else going on, no, it don't go. It don't go.
Because, like, what's she saying? If he gonna trick, I'm a trick.
No, that's only, see, I only tricking on niggas who doing what the fuck
Pulling out
they
the
supposed
same
to do.
thing.
All right.
What I do with you and what I'm gonna do with him, you gonna have some feelings behind that. Because we're gonna be playing around, but you're gonna see me with this man and be like, "Oh, all right, he got that." Men don't like competition. One thing about it, if I'm gonna deal with somebody else, or if I feel like you playing games, I'm gonna up the score. I'm not gonna date.
I feel like
date under.
I
Like I said, you gonna see me on a yacht tomorrow and be like, "What the hell done flew this girl?"
No, I read a post, right? I think it was a post. You might have been.
I did post it.
What was the post? Hold on, read it fast, Chloe. Let me pass me that bottle because I'm about to take
It
another
say-
shot. What it say, Chloe? Because I was keying. It's a key.
It said, ain't call her in 2 days. Try to let her mind wander. This girl went Cabo with her new man.
That's me.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
because this men
That
gotta do
nigga
it.
gonna be.
Don't let me wander. I'm gonna wander off.
Okay.
I'm gonna wander off.
No, but hold on, time out.
I mean, I can't. I'm not. I mean, I
Is different. I mean, I get why you say what you saying, but I get why y'all saying what y'all saying. But I don't know.
listen.
Depends.
I'm gonna come with.
I want to hear perspective though, because normally sometimes we do hear from, the women. So what's your perspective? How do y'all feel for real, truly?
I like what Darren said. It depends on where a nigga at in his life for real. Like, if I'm like at the point I'm at right now, where I'm been standing on business for like the last year and a half. You catch me at a good time right now. We rocking. I mean, I'm on.
With it, but like that's the same excuse.
No, it depends.
It's the same excuse. I kind of really do agree with that because I feel like I have met someone, but they've been like their mind has been set and focused on achieving one thing. They've been locked in. So the things that I wanted, they couldn't give it to me, not because they didn't want to, but because at that moment they were not in their spot in their life where they were able to do that because they're focused on one. They're focused on that one.
Listen. I'm ready. I got something to say. All right, cool.
But that's once you.
Men will tell you like men will say that, and then next thing you know, you see them with another girl.
Or you see them with his
which is true.
So I'ma just spread my little business a little bit. I'ma just
say
say
you can't
something.
make time for me though. You still outside, but you at a certain point in your life where you trying to get it together.
Because some of
I
them
don't know what type time niggas be on for real. I can't speak for every nigga for real, but if I'm interested in a shorty, I'ma pay attention to her. I'ma I'ma put some time.
I'm a quarter.
Even though I got other shit going on for real. If I tell you I'm interested, I'm interested for real. So I'ma show you that. I don't know what type of other time niggas be on.
They be on. I love you so much, boo.
I'm telling you,
all of the messages. It's just like
y'all love us.
But you know another thing.
Hold on.
Come on now. Don't get the cat now. Y'all definitely sweethearts.
But I think another thing is with us as women, we gotta know when it's like this not serving me, walk away. Cause a guy tell you like, oh, I can't do this, and we'll be like, oh no, it's fine, we can until you. No, you gotta keep. Some girls will still stick around with hopes that they'll be able. The guy will be able to be
a nigga take that on and off stuff until it's
So look, right? I feel like y'all two was talking about a situation like mine that I was going through. So I was dating myself, right? Kinda ish. Like I was dating the same sign as me. Girl.
Tough.
I love dating my same sign. But I feel like
nonchalant.
But I love
the Libras. Okay, they give you like in and out. They give you
really.
But I don't like that because he been doing that to me a little bit.
Let me put back my.
And so I had to be on some like what we doing type shit because like. After sometimes you like play that cool role too much, too cool for school role or whatever, like keep it like real. But I feel like with that situation, I had to really check some shit because
I just give out the same energy. Like I deal with a Libra. Like
I'm gonna say I like my space and I like my peace. But please don't give me no good dick because then,
because
then I'm gonna start liking.
Okay,
I'm
okay, and so that's how I feel, right? Listen, I feel that way. I feel like, all right, we've been rocking for a long time. So what I'm trying to understand is what are we doing? But like, you need to now tell me what we're doing because.
But you know another thing. Good dick kind of run me off because why it's like that? Like I don't. You know what? It's gonna run me off.
So you want weak dick?
Not even that. But when it's good, it be like, let me calm down.
Right.
Let me not do the most. You kind of start talking yourself out of because you be like, this man just rocked my world. He just laid me like a mattress. So it's like you gotta really like differentiate the two because guys will lay it down.
And then go back to being.
That's what I'm
saying. So what if he told you he
I'm
just wanted to fuck? What do you do in that situation?
If I just want to hug, we gonna hug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a grown woman. I can take that.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Be blunt. Be honest. Like, don't just try to show me a good time because that's all you want at the end of the day. No.
Yeah.
Like, from the jump,
like
if that's
that.
what you want.
Then say that.
Yo.
So I was
You ain't got said next. Like, yeah, let me bring you over. You ain't got said like that. Like, hey, listen. I just want,
I'm trying to have fun. I'm here for a good time.
I don't want to be with you. Back.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, if that's something I want to,
so that means I don't call you. I don't text you unless I want it.
Right.
Vice versa. If you can't give me
real
that shit,
and every time don't hit me on no other time. What you doing? No, this is strictly.
You send a dot. We fucking. Right, that's it. That's so cold. That's it.
That's tough.
But men can't do that though. They want.
Oh my.
Because it's every time you get into those different situations, it's like that's never all that you want.
Bro, it ain't never gonna be like that. But
it's never, especially if you may really lay a bitch down on a mattress, like how y'all talking about. really put her through the mattress, it's nothing that y'all not gonna want to continue to just keep fucking. It's never that's never been
I feel
true
like some people
in
are better
multiple
catch
different
feelings.
situations. Because a nigga putting y'all through the mattress, y'all start loving him.
We fuck with our emotions. Y'all fuck with your dick. That's the difference.
But you know, some women, some women can fuck without emotions.
We can, but you have to set that tone.
You gotta set that tone, yeah.
I just want to fuck. Okay, cool. That's it. I'm good.
So anything after that, I knew. That's my fault.
That's
Yeah,
my fault.
I take that.
I take it.
I take that.
Bet. But if you don't set that, then it's like, oh.
Don't be pulling up on me random places. Don't be
dragging me out the club. Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa, you done had that experience?
Yes.
Baby, you gotta switch up the kind of guys you dealing with.
I feel like if you drag me out the club, then you have to be my man. Like you have, that has to be like
but
you're my
guys
man.
cannot do that. It'll be like, okay,
Like,
you
fuck
do
no.
you, I do me, and then you'll be outdoing you, and then now it's like,
Don't be mad. I'm in another nigga section. That has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you.
I don't mind taking me in another nigga section now.
It has nothing to do with you. But some niggas can't take that. That little bit of shit right there. They be sick to their heart.
I'm a sage.
Oh, I love that.
That was your sign.
Very nonchalant.
Say it
I
loud.
want,
You are
I want say,
nonchalant.
I want say nonchalant.
Say that
I'm
on
just
board
real.
again.
I'm just
oh
real.
Lord.
What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Now we doing fine.
What's
See?
your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh,
You said Taurus. Okay.
Come through.
I'm an Aries.
My sister's Aries.
Okay.
Libras are
Huh?
I beg your pardon.
Very confident.
You know what's up, man.
What are we? Define it. Put a phrase, a statement on it. What are
A
we?
little much.
I like that.
Bold.
A little much for sure.
That's crazy. All right, so I guess I wanted to get into the Grammys topic really quickly. This ain't gonna be too long, but so with the Grammys, I know that we've seen a lot of different people or a lot of different artists really upset for them not receiving certain Grammys that they were nominated for, and also just overall being upset because they feel like, you know, they wasn't recognized for, you know, their achievements or their accolades and the work and the time and effort that they put into their craft. I just wanted to know some of our feelings on how we felt about, you know, when it comes to, you know, people, like, I'll give examples. I would just say, like, you know, the Chris Brown situation. This year he was nominated for, you know, a couple of Grammys, and I don't think he received much of anything that he really, you know, wanted to get awards for. But also we saw, like, Nicki Minaj really, like, you know, going back and forth on the internet about going back and forth on the internet, you know, about, you know, her and just feeling like she hasn't received, you know, certain awards from the Grammys and different things like that. And also I just truly feel like some of her energy towards certain things was like really kind of misdirected towards certain people that she, you know, got into certain spats with or disagreements with. To me personally, I just feel like sometimes we give these award shows way too much credit for certain stuff. Like, I feel like if you know that you're skilled and you're talented, and that if you know that you're good at what you do, then, like, whether I receive an award or not, I know I'm good at my craft. I know that I'm a beast. Like, I don't need those things to define me. It would be nice sometimes, you know, like, to receive, you know, an award or something, but honestly, I wouldn't personally need it. But, like, and I feel that way when it comes to, like, you know, different artists like Chris Brown and Nicki Minaj and different things like that, because of the simple fact of, like, I feel like there was a point to me where Nicki Minaj kind of ruined her career when it came to, like, certain things that she was doing, because it was like, girl, you're Nicki Minaj. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The other day?
Huh?
Nasty work. She was on the gram nasty the other day.
On the table thing?
Yeah. Nasty
I
work.
mean, I seen it. I'm not going to speak on it because, you know, I'm not trying to get sued or canceled, but, you know, I just feel as though, you know, when it comes to certain things,
I just feel like, honestly, a lot of these people need to get out their feelings and kind of carry it like Beyonce carries it.
exactly.
Like, she does not care to do interviews. She don't care about no Grammys. I mean, she gets them, granted, but she can care less about showing up for an award or not. Like, her mark she already made in this world is there. It's a permanent stain. It's nothing they can take away. So at this point, it's like, I don't understand like what's so much of the uproar about not receiving certain things. But I don't like how certain people are snubbed. But then also I feel like we don't have something, I don't really count the BET Awards, but we don't really have something upscale that's just for us. And I felt like if we had something more upscale just for us, like BET Awards is okay, but that just every time I think about BET, I think about Baby Boy, and it's just ghetto.
It used to be upscale.
I feel right, but I feel like if we had something more upscale, where like, you know, just for example, who was it? Cheryl Lee, who just received. Like, how old is she? Why is she just receiving?
Yeah, for her achievements. But see, that's why I say I feel like a lot of the energy is misdirected towards the wrong people. Like the nominations, honestly, with the Grammys or the Academy, whoever does all of that stuff, I feel like they don't even pay attention enough. They are influenced by our culture. You feel me? But they don't really pay attention to the things that we do, how we create, like why our culture is the way that it is and different things like that. So it's like you're really upset about the simple fact of certain things occurring when these people really kind of don't even give a fuck about you.
They don't even know who you are.
You understand what I'm saying? They don't even really care about that. So like if you had something that is really more so catered towards black people and, you know, like what we like. And honestly, the BET, I was going to say the BET Awards, but BET, the network, has really felt like fallen by the wayside. There could be, there could be so much different black stuff, black culture stuff. You can have BET Sports. You can have like different, like it could be college football can come on BET, black college football, HBCUs. It could be so much different shit.
That's the problem. And I'm gonna say this. I don't know if y'all heard controversy with Idris Elba. When he said people got offended because he said he doesn't like to be labeled a black actress. But my thing is, I kind of understand where he's coming from. Like, you don't call them white actors. They just actors. So I feel like when you look at a black actor, we kind of just put them in one of those like ghetto scenarios. Like we kind of always got those same movies. Like I'm so tired of that obsessed movie coming out.
Slave movies.
That's all we get. And it's like.
But you know, another thing, I don't mean to cut you off. I feel like with BET, I feel like it would be so much better if they put up something like positive out, like the fighting, the girl groups, the dating, like.
But they not.
And
but used to selling.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like it's kind of. I don't watch these. It's too much to look at. Like
I just feel like it's a whole bunch of that network just displays a whole bunch of negative negativity as far as like black and brown people in a total in a negative way, and it just sheds so much bad light